Hi, Geminis. Welcome to your April 2019 monthly readings. I had to think about that. Hopefully, everybody's doing all right. Just going to adjust this here. So, we're going to be doing the No Show and Grow readings. I've been MIA for a couple of months. I've had a lot going on. I do these on my free time, so I have moved. I do have more free time, but I do still have to get organized and scheduled and changing jobs and more routine. So I gotta get used to things. So the No Show and Grow reading is more self-focused because I believe in spirituality, and spirituality has to do with the self. There's that old African proverb. You guys have probably heard it. What's that guy's name? Something Brown. He's an inspirational speaker, I believe. Starts with an L, his first name, I'm pretty sure. That states that, when you face the enemy within, the enemy outside of you can do you no harm. And I like to focus on that, right? I'm not about the soap opera or preying on free will or love. I believe love is the most precious gift in the world. If you have it, you need to treasure it and not allow people to interfere in it, right? So to start off, we have I'm aware, I'm inspired, I am sexy. Your tarot cards are the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. You have an interesting reading here. It's very family oriented. So what you need to know is I am aware, the King of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So awareness starts with the self. Okay. There shouldn't be, or that's the wrong words. It's Mercury retrograde, people. I'm aware means that you're aware of both your shadow side and your light side. We all have it. Okay. It's knowing the difference between what you see and what you hear. Okay. Some people are really good talkers, but the actions that they have do not back it up. All right. So you need to be aware of that. Okay. So align what you see and what you hear with those around you. Okay. Somebody could say that they have good intentions towards you, but their actions are very different. Okay. The King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, you do have them. You do have the Ten of Pentacles too, but with the Cups characters, King or Queen, I usually get them as family. So that's usually your mother or father. It could be brother or sister. All right. They have some importance to you. And also the Pentacles characters, I get the King or Queen. I get them as family to your mother or father. Because with the Cups and the Pentacles characters, they're there to nurture you, right? Physically or emotionally, right? With your everyday practical things. So what you need to be aware of is if you're a father, this is important to you. Family is important to you. Okay. Your family is what you need to focus on. So, and for those of you that don't have family, it's your tribe. All right. Those that you consider family. Could be a grandmother or grandfather. All right. If your mother and father is around, it is saying that in some aspect you need to get near them. All right. So with I'm aware, that means be aware of your surroundings, be aware of yourself, your emotions, your needs. Okay. What is it that you're feeling? Because there's no healing without feeling. There really isn't. Okay. So you can't block out emotions. With the Ten of Pentacles, well, okay, there's two ways I feel this. One, some of you guys, you have a really good family foundation. All right. There'll be a coming together or a celebration. If there isn't, that's what it's talking about. You need to do. It's like if you haven't seen your family in a long time, like calling everybody up and arranging a dinner, or it's like a barbecue or going hiking with some of these family members, like it's like you need to get around them. The other feeling I got is you need to be aware um, that your strive for success isn't what's holding you back, okay? Because the true value of things, I'm not saying this right. Okay, money, if that is your strive and your goal, that, like you do need money in order for things to, in order to survive, right? But money can't be everything. It's, um, money and jobs are replaceable, okay? But the people in your life are not. Once they're gone, they're gone, okay? If you lose a job, you can always get another one. If you've fallen into debt, you can always get out of it. You can always make more money, right? You might have to work 2 jobs or something, but you can always get out of that situation. Um, People are not replaceable. So what I'm getting is you need to be aware of what your values are and you need to stick to them. Okay. So you might need to quiet things down. Okay. So what has true meaning to you? All right. You need to be aware of that. And with the King of Cups, he's very loving. He's very nurturing. The King of Cups characters, I'm smirking because the King of Cups characters, all right, I don't want to say they have a feminine aspect, but they're very what's the saying? Like they it's like okay, I'll give you an example. I have like you can see in the background I got flowers, right? I brought them home one day and my boyfriend, he really liked them, right? And he made a point of going out to get more flowers because he liked the energy in the house that they had, right? He liked the smell, he liked watching them bloom, he enjoyed that. But he's not going to say that to other people, okay? He just let me know that, all right? That's like a King of Cups character trait, all right? So really listen, all right? Like, um, there's some like there's some things that you can open up about to certain people, like it's not going to be held over your head, okay? But do watch, do pause and question yourself and your morals and values and don't sway from them. Don't let temptation kick in or others to interfere with that, okay? What you need to show is I'm inspired. The Queen of Cups and the Ten of Swords. So for me, it's pretty self-explanatory. Is you need to show that you've let go of past betrayals, all right? Because with the Seven of Wands here, it's like that can hold you back. That can prevent you from finding. You got a pair here, the King and Queen of Cups, and it can prevent you from getting your Ten of Pentacles, right? Quite often in life, it's not the people that live in the big house, the families that live in the big house together that are the happiest. Quite often it's the people that live in a small house. They're together. They see each other every day. They eat dinner together every day. Like in a big house, you can get lost in it. You could, you might not even see the other person for a while, right? Like, don't forget about uh, the people in your life that help you become who you are, right? And if you had past betrayals, they've helped you become who you are. You're stronger from it. It doesn't mean that you allow it to negatively affect you. You do have something about past betrayals here blocking your emotions, okay? Some of you, your mother, you might need to get near. The Queen of Cups is a seer, though, right? So I'm inspired with the Queen of Cups. Is like stop focusing on what no longer serves you or what doesn't work for you, and start focusing on the things that will work for you. Like what you need to show is inspiration, right? So it's like going out there and doing the things that you don't want to do, because when you go do that, that's going to show your family members that, or your loved ones, that if you can do it, they can do it. Okay, you might lend them strength and courage by you being the one to go out there and do it. Okay. I am inspired is also about taking chances. It's about a leap of faith. Okay. With the 10 of Swords here, you don't need to worry. Libra went through this too. You don't need to worry about what ifs. All right. You already know the possibilities, but there's also positive possibilities. So don't focus on the negative and focus on the positive. Like if you start dating and you're dating a guy and it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. All right. That's just something that doesn't work out. There's another person down the road that you can date that it can work out with. But from that experience, you've learned a little bit more about what you do like and what you don't like. All right. I'm inspired means that the things that are no longer working for you, you change them. You're inspired to make a difference. Okay. So like you have family here. So if you have a job that's not, okay, the Queen of Cups would be the wife. You got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So if you're married and your job is affecting your family time together, then you would be inspired to go out and find a new job that's going to free up more time for you to have that family time together. Okay? There's you really need to trust your feelings here, but you have to have a discussion with yourself too. What is it that you want? All right? And do you need it? Because your wants and needs are two different things. Yes, it would be fantastic to have lots of money, but do you need it to be happy? No, you don't. All right? That's a want. That's not a need. All right? You got money to pay for the roof over your head, then you're more blessed than most. Okay? What you need to grow, and this funny one is, I am sexy. Most Geminis are very attractive. All right? I feel like your humor too. You need to bring your humor back because, like, it's weird. I'm getting a sarcastic energy, and sarcasm can be a good thing, but the energy I'm getting is more of like that bitter sarcasm, which is like there's resentment underlining the sarcasm. So it's like if there's something that is bothering you, you need to come out and say it, right? Like your happy, optimistic energy needs to come through here. I'm just gonna have a sip of coffee, so pardon me. Okay. So what you need to show is you are sexy. You have the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. There's a battle of will here. Know what you're fighting for and why you're fighting for it, okay? Again, if it comes back to like family, your morals and values, I don't know why I keep saying that, but it's coming through here, your morals and values. Earlier I said like people aren't replaceable, money is, okay? Time's not replaceable either. So the time that you're losing with people, you're never going to get back. So if you have children, or even your mother and father, all right, you're never going to get that time back with them. So it's important to spend quality time with them, okay? Because if you work all the time, or your battle is not with other people, your battle is with yourself. You need to have these conversations with yourself, okay? Like the Seven of Pentacles, I'm getting be realistic, okay? Like the image that you're seeing is not really who you are, all right? Beauty speaks from within too. So like it starts from within. Like you don't have to be the most attractive person in the world, but when from the inside you have the Queen of Cups energy or the King of Cups energy, okay? That overshines and comes through and attracts people into your life, all right? I am inspired. It's like creativity too. Nurture your creativity. If you have an urge to go try something new, go try it new. You have family members here that can try it with you, like, and there's nobody better to be weird with than your family. I can vouch for that. I am sexy means in order to look good, you have to feel good. With the Seven of Wands, you can see there's a mask on her face. Okay, so just because somebody puts a lot of makeup on doesn't mean that they're how can I say this without being rude? They want to give the image to society that they're good looking, but they may not feel good on the inside, because when you feel good, you don't need all that makeup, right? You don't need it. You should feel good with or without it. I'm not saying makeup is wrong, okay? I am saying that you don't need it to feel good about yourself, all right? More quality time if you are in a relationship with your partner. I feel like if you're a male, your female partner is quite stressed, and it would have to do with work, right? The lifestyle. If you want to pick up a boxing class or something, go do that, like with I Am Sexy, the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, it comes down to when you feel good, you look good. So you had this other card that popped out too. It was the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, which is the seed being planted, okay, for a firm foundation. All right, but with a seed, you need to nurture it. You need to water it. It needs to get the sunlight, okay, and not everything is happy-go-lucky, all right, like because a seed, in order to grow, needs darkness too. It can't have sun all day, otherwise it's going to die, all right, like it needs some of that darkness in order for it to grow. You have to plant new seeds here. So your self-talk, going to the gym, you don't have to go to the gym, you can just walk, all right, like Seven of Wands is about it's like the fight is within yourself. It's not with other people, is what I keep getting. Like you're fighting. You need to be aware that there's good people out there. All right? Like you need to nurture your mind too, right? Like feeling good is also like accomplishing something, right? So you set a goal and you go accomplish it. Like a lot of people, when they want to lose weight, they set the goal of, I want to lose weight. Okay, now bring that down a notch, okay? Because you're setting a very high expectation. Also with losing weight, muscle weighs more than fat. Okay, so people forget that. So when they're going to the gym, they're working out, they step on that scale and they noticed, oh, I haven't lost weight, and I've been like putting all this time and effort into it and nothing's happening. They get discouraged and they beat themselves up, and they're very unpleasant. If you see that card, he's like, you know, but what they forget is that muscle weighs more than fat. So just because on the scale, okay, it's not showing you physically that you're losing the weight, internally you are. It's just becoming muscle. All right. So your expectation needs to be dropped. Like you need to be more realistic. So it's like if you want to go to the gym and look better, all right, to feel better, your expectation shouldn't be going to lose weight. It should be based on to feel better. All right. Because when you start going to the gym, you start feeling better about yourself. You start having more energy. That's what you need to set as your goal, not the illusion of the numbers. Does that make sense? Like what you're hearing and seeing needs to be different. Like not everything is as it seems, like it's also about planting seeds. So it would be like the little things add up. All right. It's like the choice of what you eat every day. So, and like, you don't have to go shocking your system. I've mentioned this in somebody else's reading. Okay. Like when you go on a extreme diet or a diet in general, it's not realistic. Okay. It will last for a little bit, but then you'll start to go back into your everyday life, the reality, and start eating things. And because you deprived your body of those things, muscle has memory. Okay. So your cells in your body are going to absorb twice to three times the amount of fat because you deprived your body of it. It has memory. It knows that. So it's going to absorb twice to three times as much just so it can protect itself. All right. So what you want to do is you're not looking for quick actions here. Okay. With pentacles, they're slow. They're slow and methodical. Like it's like the little things add up. It's a seed, right? It's a little thing adds up. So if you're having how can I put it? If you make sandwiches for lunch, okay, it's small, minute changes that are going to add up in the long term, and you have to be patient with yourself, okay? So if you eat sandwiches every day, instead of putting lettuce on it, which doesn't have much nutrition at all, it's mainly water, right? So instead, you can exchange the lettuce for spinach, something that's highly nutritional, right? And it acts as the lettuce, okay? It's a small, minute change, but it will make a big difference in your life. Instead of having white bread, you exchange that for multigrain bread. It's just simple little changes. You can still have your salami in there. You know, if you want mayonnaise in it, treat yourself to a little bit of mayonnaise. It's not going to kill you. It's just a little bit, as long as you're making the alterations in other areas, right? If you're going to put that mayonnaise on, well, then you need to alter the other areas, because you can't deprive yourself. Everything in moderation, right? Like, because if you deprive yourself, we just went over this. Muscle has memory, all right? As long as you're putting that spinach on there and it's multigrain, you can have that little bit of mayonnaise. You know what I mean? Like, you eat yogurt every day. Okay, well, putting some oatmeal and some fresh oatmeal, not oatmeal, like granola on there can make a big difference. And you don't need to go buying actual granola that they charge you 4 times the amount of money for. You can just buy granola cereal, and that works. But you can also put cinnamon on there, and cinnamon is a booster to your metabolism. It helps your metabolism work twice as hard. Okay, so it's little, you eat that yogurt anyways, so it's not going to hurt to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on there, you know? Accountability is coming here too. You could, like with the wands cards, okay, the wands is blocking the outside. It's like outside forces, but it's also like battling with the outside. It's not the outside you need to battle with, it's you, yourself. Right? Accountability comes down to you. Wands are actions. What are the actions that you are taking? It's nobody else's fault. Okay? Like, sure, they can deter you and cause you problems, but you're choosing to allow that. You can't point the finger, is what I'm getting at. Right? Accountability comes down to yourself. All right? And everything worthwhile takes time. You know, if you write music, okay, or a storyteller, because you have the Cups characters here, they're emotional. Emotional people are quite creative. Also, the Cups characters are great scientists. They really are. They understand the world in a different way than most people do. They're intuitive, though, right? So trust your feelings. Like, that comes down with food, too, right? So if you're how do you say that word? Lethargic? That's not the right word. I'm mixing 2 different words together, people. If you're like sitting at home and, you know, the foods that it's not coming out. It's just the foods that you put into your body have a great deal of effect on your mood swings and your personality, right? So like if you eat a lot of sugar and you cut that out of your body, well, you're going to crash and burn, right? So you need to substitute that with healthy sugars, which is like in strawberries or fruits, right? Okay. Some of you are working hard, but if you're an artist of some sort, okay, yeah, you're going to get the door knocked on, like closed on you. Like, that's going to happen. However, you keep knocking on the door, all right? Like on a different door, all right? When one door closes, another one opens. You don't give up just because somebody says you can't, all right? I really feel like you guys have to have hard conversations with yourself and ask yourself the tough questions, right? Like your blockages seem to be coming from the self, something that you're dissatisfied with. And in order for that to change, you're not going to be able to point the finger. You're going to have to go internally. Like the exterior things are not really what matters. It's the interior things. It's like you need to see things differently. Certain things are an illusion, right? All right, you guys, I'm going to pull you. Hopefully that helped you out. But with the I am sexy, that means you need to grow feeling good about yourself. All right. So going for little walks every day after dinner with your kids or your family, the beach, those are all things that you need to you need to I don't want to say start doing because it's free will, right? But you need to, there's little small things that you can do. Uh, like the reason I bring up walking after dinner is because you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is like, I'm getting an old school traditional thing. Okay. And there's a lot of things that they used to do back in society that we don't do anymore, due to technology changes and stuff like that. But back in the day when families used to eat, they used to go for walks after dinner and stuff, okay? And that helps you break down your food and your metabolism. But walking, especially for air signs, clears the mind out, fresh air. And also, if you have a family, when you walk with your family, you'd be amazed at the conversations that you'll have that will naturally flow out. Worries and concerns will come to the surface. But you're not going through anything that anybody else isn't experiencing as well, right? Like everybody goes through these types of things. So I'm pulling a Shaman Oracle deck card, not deck. I'm using it from the deck, right? They're images that are on caves from different parts all over the world. And you got the Hunter of Death, right? It looks a little bit like an alien, right? So I'm going to read it from the book. Here we go. I'm in the right section. Dreams, gifts, paths, honor, mysteries, conflict, strength. Okay, here we go. I'm totally going to start it while I'm reading this, you guys, just to let you know. Okay. It says, I am the hunter of death. I seek the change that comes with new directions and new possibilities. I am not one who breaks or destroys, but one who builds and restores. I will help you to climb beyond the stasis of everyday life and into a place where all potential awaits you. I am death, only to dullness and routine. And when you choose me to walk with, I can show you inspiring ways of changing your old life for a new one. Death can mean many more things than the demise of body or spirit. It can mean death to old ways, death to negativity, and it can indicate the cessation of old, worn out ideas or beliefs in the transformation of life into something new. Our ancestors recognized death as a doorway into another world, and the hunter of death helps us reconnect with this understanding. Death is a watershed. However, we might be anxious about it, and beyond the final stages of our life, particularly, if it has now turned stale. Await new vistas, new choices, new pathways towards an unmapped future. Change, the card interpretations means change, awakening, restoration, renewal, new opportunities, breaking old patterns, recognizing the end of a phase, leaving outworn paths, and transformation. Some of you guys are putting up a really big fight against something ending, and it could be out of fear, and you shouldn't fear anything, right? Fear is an illusion. It's meant to trap you, hold you back, okay? Negative forces prey on fear, and your fears are heard as well as your prayers are heard, okay? But the thing is, we give consent to those thoughts that we have in our head, right? We give consent to the way of life that we're living. We give consent to old ideas and new ideas. Okay, so what are you, I'm not saying this right. What is it that you need to leave behind? A negative mindset, an old way of thinking, holding on to something that no longer serves you? Like, you have many people that love and adore you, all right? And you are a catalyst for them. But you don't need to worry or be concerned about the opinions or the values that others have, okay? You need to be concerned about yours, all right? And as a human, none of us are alike. We don't all want the same things. Okay? What is it that you want, and then go after it. Your likes and your wants are different than everybody else's. You know, some people are into sports, and even the people that are into sports are into different sports, right? If there was a sport that you used to play, you're and you haven't played in years, you can do a pickup game with other people. Usually they're on Twitter. I found that for soccer, I couldn't join a league just because I didn't have enough free time to join a league. However, on Twitter, there's people that just randomly have a pickup game of soccer. I found if they had enough people to play it. If they didn't, they would repost again asking people how many people want to go. And if we had enough people, then we would all show up. All right. There's many ways to do things though, and you need to be aware of what is actually meaningful. Like, if that makes sense. I don't know if this reading made sense for you guys. Hopefully it did, though. Namaste. I will talk to you next month, and ciao for now.